Hi everyone, this is Kavita Agrawal, and I wanted to come live and discuss with you a momentum trading strategy because I found a really good example that I could use to elaborate on that. So let's go through that, and we'll also touch upon how the market is done. Now, talking about the market first, today we saw the Nifty give a massive breakout above 23,900, which confirmed a official higher high and the beginning of a new bull trend. The 75-minute time frames RSI also went overbought, which is a very good news. But if you are somebody who's been away from the market and who has not been listening to me, who's been saying the bullishness is returning in the market and you're currently in cash, what should you do? The answer is don't rush into making trades. Wait for the pullback, identify opportunities where strong breakouts have come, and then set up your standing orders. So, in my Trade Together program, I am right now giving recommendations on stocks with potential entry zones at predetermined pullback levels, which is very obvious on the charts, right? So, right now, we will discuss a different kind of momentum strategy where we will deploy RSI overbought zone, price action in terms of higher high establishment, entry on pullback, and then setting the target based on recent resistance. So let's go to the charts and take a look. So I see we have Aditya joining. Thank you so much for joining in, Aditya. Hello to you too. All right, let's look at Motilal OFS. So when I do this analysis for you, what you will notice is that trading observations can be very simple. And in fact, the simpler your observations, the simpler your strategy, the better results it's going to give. Now, what differentiates winners from losers is that winners do these simple steps consistently. They show up every day, whereas the wannabes or the make believers want to achieve great results in the market, but they absolutely fail to show up to the market every day. They fail to do their homework. Okay, so this is the Motilal OFS charts, and you can see it is given fabulous movement. Okay, so what happened here? Let's reset the charts. And this is the 75-minute time frame. So let's take this on full screen. Now, first thing to notice is the RSI ranges. We have to identify when the RSI is going into positive range shift on the basis of its activity. So let's study RSI on 75-minute charts. So let's see this point. This is where we saw overbought activity happening. Okay. So this is where the RSI maintained a strong positive range. Why? Because the level of 40 was getting supported and the RSI was breaching above the level of 70. The RSI positive range is 40 to 70 plus. Now, once this level of 40 got breached, that was our indication that we have a turnaround coming in prices. Over here, we can see RSI started breaching the level of 40, even the level of 30, and started taking resistance at the level of 60. But this point onwards, this is where the RSI created its low. While it was still breaking below 40, RSI created the low here. But price continued to go further and further lower. This means it created a positive divergence. Now, when a positive divergence gets forged, and when this positive divergence gets forged to the extent that the rightmost tail is above 40, that is when I start waiting for a overbought condition on the 75-minute time frame. So I got that overbought condition after just a few days here. So you see, this was 17th of March and 18th of March onwards, right? So positive divergence got created on 27th March. I kept observing it. 12th March around, we saw the appropriate conditions on the positive divergence. We started waiting for overbought conditions. Around 19th of March, overbought conditions came about. Then once this overbought condition came, we started waiting for a pullback, right? So we want to see positive signal, that is RSI positive divergence. We want to see RS positive confirmation, which is overbought, and then appropriate entry, which is pullback. So then this pullback came back to the previous low. This became our entry point. This is where we decided to enter the position. When this price got triggered, our standing order automatically got executed. And then the target. Where was the target? The immediate high. Now, because this is a 75-minute time frame, we cannot set for a very optimistic target. We want to keep it very conservative for now. So I took the immediate high, or where we got the confirmation of the bull trend, as the target, correct? And you see how this trade played out. In one sweep movement, it went ahead and achieved the target. And if I can show you the way this played out. So this is where my entry was. This is where my target was. And I set the stop loss at the very low of this first candle in which my order got executed. So with just 4.3% of risk, I booked a 20% profits in this stock. And in what time period? In just 2 weeks' time. So, this is how momentum trading or swing trading works. I will repeat the steps for you to make it simpler. You will first identify a signal, then, you will wait for confirmation, then, you will wait for pullback. Once you get a fill, set your stop loss, set your target, and then wait with trailing stop losses and so. Most common mistake people make is they will see the signal, that is RSI positive divergence, and make the position. No, once you see the signal, that is your sign to start monitoring. Okay, so I will not stretch this out. This is all I had to discuss on the front of Motilal Oswal. If you have any questions, feel free to share them in the comments. I will try my best to get back to you. And also, if you want insightful stock ideas like this one, then don't forget to join my Trade Together program, because right now in the Trade Together program, I have roughly 6 such recommendations which are waiting for trigger. And now, because the market has achieved or has given a very good rally, it can go into pullback anytime and trigger those positions giving similar returns. Another thing to note is that because the market has given a massive breakout today, um, let's go to my RSQM model. So this is what I am going to be working on. So this is my relative strength quant model, which basically, out of a watch list of around 200 stocks, it shows me where is maximum relative strength in amongst this list of stock. So now, since it's off market hours, we're seeing some jittery movement. So this is since the previous day's closing. I am seeing on a ranking basis that Tata Elxsi has done the best. It went up 9% today. Okay. Next was AU Bank, PSB Bank, Avas, BSE. Now, how is this important? Why is this significant? If you saw my market outlook series, and let me show you this on my trading view. Let me open the watch list called indices. So you see, I did the analysis and I identified that there is outright bullishness in sectors like finance, bank nifty, private bank, PSU bank, consumption, FMCG, media. So now what I will do is I will see which stocks out of these clearly bullish sectors, which stocks have started showing strong relative strength, and then I will go into the charts and do the analysis. So let's do that. So we don't want to work with IT for now. We don't want to work with, I think I'm aerospace and defense is more PSC. I don't want to work with that. I'm not interested in commodities, not interested in this. I don't want to look at airlines or power or metals. I want to look at consumers. I don't want auto. Actually, you know what? Let me look at the broader this thing. Yeah. Okay. So sectors that we don't want to look at versus what we want to look at. So commercial services, not interested. Communications, not interested. Consumer durables, yes. Auto, not interested. Consumer non-durables, so okay, whatever. Services, distribution, not interested. No. Energy, minerals, no. Finance, absolutely. Health services, technology, no. Am I interested in infra right now? As per my analysis, no. I'm not interested in all these right now because very volatile market conditions and borderline recessionary conditions. So these sectors are not expected to do that great. Retail trade, yes. Technology, no. Transportation, no. Utilities, no. Consumer durables, yes. Um, Okay, so that is that. So finance basically covers all banks and everything. Okay, so within this list, who have been the winners? AU Bank, PSB, Avas, BSE, and AM India. Okay, so what I want to now do is I want to change this date from 17th to maybe 15th, right? Few days before. Now, what is this showing me? This is showing me that this stock, JSWHL, JSW Holdings Limited, this has gone up 15% since just 15th April, right? This is IndusInd Bank has gone up 12%, 11%, Ujjivan Finance 11%, Mahabank 10%. So there is some very strong movements coming up. Adarsh is asking, can I share the Excel or make a video on how to? So Adarsh, this Excel is called the RSQM model. It's my proprietary model. And I give a copy of this entire model and give extensive training in how to use this in my advanced winter training program. Now, the thing is that if I just make a copy of this and give it to you, there is a lot of maintenance because this is not a simplistic model. It's a very logical model, but it's not very simple. You have to do some steps to maintain it, to maintain the integrity of this. So you need training. So if you're interested, I would suggest you join my training program, which is a live training program from my website. Without that, I will not be able to, or I will not do you the disservice of giving you a copy of this model. Okay, so what I want to do now is these stocks, which are, say, the top 10, 20 stocks, right? I will take these and I will create a list. So when I talk about consistency, what I believe is that every day if I show up and if I can do even analysis of 10, 15 stocks, the top 10, 15 stocks in my watch list over a period of just 20 days or 30 days, I have gone through every stock in the list pretty much, correct? I have identified opportune pullback levels where I can get attractive entries. And remember, at any point of time, I only need position in as much as 10 stocks to make bonkers amount of money. Okay, not more than that. So now what is to be done is we will go back to a watch list and let's clear this watch list up. Cool. And then paste. Now I am going to do the analysis on these stocks and identify potential entry zones. So to do the analysis, I want to look at the broadest possible trends. That's my dog. Anyway, so over here, I don't want to do any more trading because I think the uptrend is pretty exhausted. However, I will still set up an alert around here, the previous high, pull back to previous high, so that if it offers an entry opportunity, I will assess it but not make an immediate trade right now. All right, let's clear the drawings on this one and let's see. So definitely coming out of a major correction, taken support at a previous resistance trend line. And let's see this, if I use the Fibonacci. Okay, guys, I need to go because my daughter's awake, but I'm going to continue this and I will come live again for you guys on Wednesday evening. So thank you so much for joining in the session. Sorry for ending it so abruptly, but I just wanted to show you my workflow. You know it. So do your homework. Have a good evening. Have a good tomorrow.